So I'm looking, right? Like I'm looking I'm looking to uh I'm looking to figure out what the fuck is going on. And I'm very smart. And I know that, like, okay, this was big. This is big. And also I'm forgetting a part of the story. I before I did that, it was very obvious. There were these two guys that pulled up, and I felt like, it's like, here I am in this, like, like, it was sad, it was scary, like, not being from there. Maybe if you're there and you can kind of, like, fall into it, and it's like there's some sense of community, but it's not freedom, dude. That's scary, you know what I mean? And, like, there's these two guys who I perceive were, like, gay guys. And what I did was, I'm out in the front, my car's not starting, and it's like we're, like, making a movie scene or something, And I went up to that guy, and I was like, hey, man, like, you got a smoke? Like, literally, I said it exactly like that. Like, I'm very, like, it scares the shit out of me, dude. And he's like, yeah, I got you. I don't smoke. You know what I'm saying? Like, this was very, like, it was interesting. And yeah, and I had a perception that they were it's very important. There was also a female. And you could imagine they run these movies or something, but I couldn't tell you what it involves, They're doing much more than just running a movie. And I think what it felt like I was piercing the veil, is really what it felt like to see the story behind the scenes. And that woman is in a very, very important part. And so there was also a girl who came by into that room too. And so that's what happens. And I just got his phone number. You know what I mean? We didn't hang out or anything, but I let them know that I cared. And across the way to the right is like an apartment complex, etc., at the very front of Charlotte. But then across the way there is a gas station. Now, I meet this guy there. I don't know exactly how this happened, but I'm like, again, a lot of these things happen where I was like, I feel like it was somewhat like, this was the guy. Like, this was the guy, and he was with his girlfriend, or maybe his wife, I don't know. This was the guy who was, like, talk about behind the scenes, right? Like, he's like my shadow, basically. Like, he's like the guy doing this to me via the quest, I think. And I just said, what's up? I said what's up to him. And again, kind of like the other guy, I was just trying to, like, desperately see if they wanted to relate, It gets kind of creepy, and it continues to get creepy. I later got a hotel This was about a day after. I'm going to just lapse to this real quick. He was in the room next to me. And I'm pretty sure if I didn't act appropriately like I did, they would have killed me out there, and they would have killed me that day. And that's when you get into that type of situation too, it becomes very like, that's a big part of this, making, when you feel like you need to make a thoughtful decision, and you can feel like it's like, this is a pivotal point right now. Like, you could imagine it like a story, because it's rather fanciful, like you like don't even believe it. And I would do that every single time I felt it. I would make a thoughtful decision. And that was one of those times where, like, I could have left the room or something. I almost felt like a shock off of and it felt like, you could imagine, this guy is right there. Like, whoa, like, wait, what? And yeah, so needless to say, I stayed in the room for a while, and I think communicated with his wife or girlfriend or something. I wanted to know what they wanted, you know, like, what can I help you with? You know, at that point, it's like, what, well, and why not, right? Like, I'm seeing behind the scenes. What can I help you with? Like, what can I do? Let's go back. So when I first saw him at the gas station across from that hotel, I also got the car going eventually. This is very important. Now, this is where the Jessica Heslop thing comes in, and Elon thing comes in. I'm going to be very careful with what I say here. There is nothing to hide, I guess, really, because it's all very, very crazy. There was also this perception of mechs, like mech fights or something. I think this is when it came into play. And you could imagine that's what's going on, like, in the background. You know, like, they're fighting with their mechs because they're beefing. And all over something, and I'm going to say this straight up, all over something they didn't even do right. Like, they didn't even threaten me properly. Like, literally could have, like, I swear, if they sent me even a threatening text message, I realize now after getting, like, a threatening text message, it really, like, shook me up, you know? Like, even if I got, like, a threatening text message, it would have, like, woke me up to stop doing what I was doing. You could have at least tried, you know? Like a phone call, dude, literally. And that's what happened. When I got in those hospitals, I was like, that's what I said. I was like, wow, I am fucked up, and if anything happens, kill me, for real. And make sure I don't forget. And, this is from what I perceive happening. Jessica was here, and they were sacrificing to her. And I think Elon was sacrificing to her through my perspective. And you could imagine, they're trying to balance out, in the best way possible, power and distribute it appropriately, just like I'm doing, and I later come to do quite seriously through my perception and like naturally. How I figured this shit out is like, I don't even know. But this is what happened. So I pull up past the gas station in my car. I pull over to a Lowe's. I can't see this happening, but I can hear it. I can almost picture it. And it's quiet. And you know, it's just them. And there's the mechs. There's the robots. You can imagine the robots out there and everything. And so what I did is I kept my head down in the parking lot. And then I played what I thought because my phone is very important. It's the only thing I have, basically. Something